It's your girl, Maxi, aka Amaka Onyenokwe or Amax. It's a very special day today because I have the one and only Momo Spaine. And the reason why I'm here today is to let you guys know, I'm going to shout it for those in the back that can't hear. After 30 is coming out in a few days. May 9th, Friday. Just clear your calendar because you need to absorb the goodness that this sweetheart put together. It's her directorial debut. She was a producer for Before 30, which is a series, and now, even myself, I wanted to go and drag and watch this thing by myself before everybody, but I'm going to do it after this show. But welcome everyone. Welcome, Momo.
Hi, Maxi. My beautiful Maxi.
I know. And she has already crucified me for butchering her own name, okay?
I don't know about crucify.
Very politely. So it's Momo Spaine, okay? Get it right, everybody. Now, I'm happy to sit down here with you because we came up with this thing in, I don't know, a few days ago.
Yeah, literally.
Because I told myself, there's no way that I cannot sit down with you. We have these conversations all the time, but we needed to put this on camera.
Yep.
So that people can know what's going on.
Yep. I've been talking to you about After 30 for literally 3 years since I met you.
Of course.
So, yeah, the fact that you're not even tired and you still want to ask me more questions,
I can never be
tired.
I can never be tired. There's nothing like that. I can never be tired of you, for you, about you.
Same Z's, honey.
Okay, she's
Same
my wife, adopted wife, even though
literally my
she's
wife.
Somebody else's wife, but I've entered inside.
Yeah, but she's my wife.
Thank you very much.
We're married.
Thank you. So how are you today?
I'm good. I'm happy. I can honestly say for the first time since I knew the release date that now I'm just enjoying the process. I think for some time I would get excited, but then it would be immediately followed by this feeling of dread. Like, what's going to happen? Will people like it? Is it any good? Will it ever come out? You know, when something has taken so long to come to fruition, it just feels like it's never going to happen. Even though I knew, my logical mind knew it was going to happen, but I've just had all this anxiety and nerves tied to the actual release of just the trailer, not even the film.
Wow.
Even just the poster, just any action that made it public gave me anxiety. So now, since yesterday, I've just felt this feeling of ease. Now I just want to enjoy the process and hear all the feedback and just have people watch the film. Honestly, it's been such a long time coming. I just want people to watch it.
Wow. Okay, so I've seen the trailer probably over 10 times and I've sent it to everybody that I know.
No, you haven't seen it 10 times.
No, I keep watching it. So then I put, you know when you put something in your story and you're just like, I'm smiling like, I'm proud of you. Very, very proud of you.
Thank you,
I'm not sure why the anxiety is there because you're a superstar.
You know, I'm an overthinker.
But I know.
I can't help it.
I know. And I find, from my own perspective, a lot of intentionality put into this production. Do you want to speak a little bit about that?
I mean, from what angle? It was intentional, you know, in every way. Everything from the writing to the casting to even my state of mind, you know, I'd say for 6 months to a year, up until filming actually started, I listened to a soundtrack on Spotify that I had created for After 30. So in my mind, this is my dream soundtrack of songs that I would want in the film. I didn't end up getting any of them because no budget. But I would listen to those songs every morning as I was getting ready. I would listen to the entire album and it just constantly reinforced the world of the film to me. And it kept me very in touch with all the little details and the tone and the mood and the pace of the film that I wanted to create. So yeah, I would say I became After 30. For years, for like 2.5 years, I ate, slept and drank After 30. I could barely think about anything else. I was obsessive. And yeah, you probably know that.
I know, but it does show in the quality of work that you've produced. Again, I've not seen the full clip. I've seen little bits and pieces, and I'm looking forward to actually catching the entire, body of work as one big piece. But I'm very impressed with, your detailed mind, like down to nail polish.
Yeah.
Like this, people are thinking about, styling, but you're styling down to the T. You're styling down. I mean, even this, you thought about the color.
Yeah, color story is so important to me. Like, mixing colors without intention stresses me out. I'm not diagnosed, but if I had OCD, I know it's color related OCD. Like, I don't mind if things are slightly messy, but if you have red, green, blue, yellow in one place, that annoys me.
Aesthetic.
Like, my closet is color coordinated. My bookshelves are color coordinated.
Yes, I remember the first time I came into your home and I'm like, is this real? All the reds and all the yellows.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. I
Yeah.
like this girl.
Yeah.
I like this girl.
So yeah, I mean, I had to bring that in because it would not even be me. I wouldn't be able to look at a frame and say, I like this frame, if there was not some meaning and intentionality behind how the colors are being used.
Do you feel like all of the work that you've done till date has informed, your process and output for After 30?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Positively and negatively. There are things that I've been doing in my career, through my career, or that I used to do in my career that I knew I didn't want to bring into this. But there were also things that I'd learned along the way that I knew would serve me well in this situation. I think as a producer, it helped a little bit. I won't say that my expectations were reasonable. I think every director is a little bit
ambitious.
Dramatic, ambitious. I love that word. That's the perfect word. Oh yeah, we're pretty ambitious, but I think because I had a producing background, I typically knew that the things I was asking for were possible because if I was a producer, I would know, I know that this is possible. Sometimes I've worked with directors who ask for things, they have no idea how the logistics that it would require to actually make that happen and that it couldn't work within their budget. And you kind of have to inform them of that. But I think I had a little bit of that going in, knowing, okay, even if I wanted to do this and it was possible, we can't fit that inside our budget. So yeah, there were both sides, bad habits that I dropped and good habits that I developed so that they would make the film better.
I like that. Did you feel constrained by the budgets, and did that inform what you ended up doing at the end of the day? Because I know you said as a director, and I use the word ambitious.
Yeah.
You start off with, these grand ideas. Do you feel like the budget played a role in your end product in a positive way and in a negative way?
So I first have to say, for a first-time director for a feature film in this market in Nigeria, I had a very generous budget, right? Like most people's first films do not come with such a generous budget. That being said, this was also a very glamorous film. My vision required that we stay true to the things that we were showing. So if we're going to show someone who's living a certain life, their accessories, their jewelry, all of those things need to match up. And they also need to be authentic, because I'm not trying to also really fake it. Like, I really wanted as much authenticity as possible. And that's why we stuck to Nigerian, African, or Black-owned brands that we could afford. We did a little bit of the European brands, the foreign brands, but those things we had to pull from real people's wardrobes, because we basically had to borrow Van Cleef bracelets and borrow Chanel earrings because production could not afford them. So we figured out a way around still showing that luxury without breaking the bank. But I would say if I had a little bit more money, I think there's some things that I would have done if I had a little bit more money. But it doesn't mean that, there's no production, no budget will ever be enough. That's something like producers will tell you. If you give a producer 100 million, they will ask for more. If you give them 10 million, they will still make the film. So it's just a question of where does the executive producer draw the line and say, you are not getting any more money, figure it out. And I also find that those situations are where people become the most creative. That's when you have to figure out, okay, how can we still make this work without a massive budget? And there were tons of scenes like that were affected by that.
Oof. So this is a love story. In many ways, not one singular love story, but multiple love stories, and it's really about, well, it's told through the lens
and
of
relationships. There's so many different types of love.
Exactly. Not strictly romantic love. You know, love in every form. Love for people, love for self. You know, love for partner or potential partner, parents, and all that. And we actually did meet. Because of a love story.
Yes, we did.
Which I was trying to tell my own at some point, and somehow I got a better love story, which is our friendship. I know we say this all the time, but I feel like I met that past love of my life, so that I could really meet you.
And by the way, it was love and filmmaking.
Yes.
So you hired me to direct and produce a film about your love. And then we ended up falling in love. And now, you know, basically, God used that person to help us find each other.
Exactly. This is a sweet love story.
It's a sweet love story.
Now, looking back, did you ever imagine that, you know, a pre-wedding short film gig would lead us here 5 years later?
Definitely.
With you premiering your directorial debut?
No. Who could have guessed this? Like, when we made that, I was just so excited to get to direct anything. Like, just getting to direct anything, whether it was, you know, direct this man throwing trash in the bin. I'm like, yes. Oh yeah, lights. Throw the lights from here. Set the camera here. Mr. Man, this is your mark. Go from point A to point B. Throw the thing in the bin, and if he doesn't do it right, I'll make him do it 5 more times because I just loved directing.
Wow. I could see that. I could sense that.
Yeah.
And even that day, I mean, we did, you know, we met before. We scouted the location.
Yeah.
And Iffy, who actually connected us together.
Yeah, shout out Iffy.
I know.
Toronto crew.
I know.
Shout out Iffy. Shout out Annie.
I know.
Because that happened. All this happened in Toronto, by the way.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, not
of
Lagos.
Course.
Yeah.
Our love story started in Toronto.
It started in Toronto.
And it's not over. It's not ending.
It's not ending anytime soon.
Yeah. So, you know, from your producer, using your producer lens while you're working on Before 30 to your director lens for After 30, what's been the most powerful transformation in how you approach storytelling now? Especially through the lens of womanhood and identity.
Oh, that's such a loaded question.
I know.
But a really
I'm
good
sorry,
question.
I'm sorry.
I would say from a technical standpoint, going to film school. Going to Toronto Film School shout out Toronto again, the 6th. I don't know what that sign was. That doesn't mean anything. But I think going to Toronto Film School, first of all, it helped me solve my imposter syndrome issues. I'd already been producing for 7 years when I decided to go to film school. And it was to prove to myself that I knew what I was doing as a producer. But then I unexpectedly fell in love with directing and writing while I was there. And that's where that spark for how my particular point of view could affect the way a story was told. That's where I learned that. And I'm like, wow, now I just want to force my perspective on the world. Because what I learned is you could give 10 people the exact same script, the exact same actors, the exact same equipment, and every single film is going to look different. It's going to feel different. And once that clicked for me, I'm like, oh, that means I have something to contribute to the world. Like, they're not some special people that are selected as geniuses, as auteurs.
So you're a genius.
Okay.
Carry on.
Okay. They're not. You don't have to be born special to direct. You just have to have a point of view, and that I knew that I had. So that just set me down the road of storytelling as a director.
I love that. You mentioned when we spoke a few days ago that you are obsessed with, the characters and building their story and building their background, and you did a little bit of homework, even like watching and rewatching.
Yeah.
Before 30. So which character did you pour the most of your current self into, and how did that shape how that character was portrayed in After 30?
Wow.
And it doesn't have to be one single character, because I feel
I probably put a little bit of myself into a few of the characters, but I would say the ones that, for the people who know me really well, the ones that are probably the most personal are Temi and Nkem. Yeah, Temi and Nkem for sure. And they're also the two characters that I've always related the most with. One of them, I don't know if I'll say who is who. One of them is the woman that I hope that I am. And the other one is the woman that I hope that I'm not.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
I was watching the season finale of the series the other day, and it was the scene where Temi had gone to Nkem's boyfriend. Oh, sorry, am I telling you? And yes, it was out.
Yeah, she went to beg.
She went to go and beg, and I'm like,
Jimmy. I said no. Jimmy's the name of the real person that played the character,
Emeka.
Yeah.
She went, wow, so hilarious,
Yeah.
Amaka. So she went and she was begging for her friend and asking questions, and I'm like, why are you even doing this?
Yeah.
But when I watched it, like the first time, I was just like, oh, this is so that she's supporting her friend. No, I'm like,
no.
please, he has gone. Why are you looking for stories that
Because your perspective has changed.
Of course. Now, I mean, it'll be interesting to see, what, I mean, I did read a little bit of the script. I didn't read everything, but read small. And like I said, I've seen clips. Now, I'm looking forward to seeing the current perspective of these ladies after 30. And I'm looking forward to now relating to these characters in a way that maybe I didn't relate to then, and learning from them and their storyline, right? From what they did when they were in their 20s and what they're doing now in their 30s, and hoping that you're going to continue and just do when they're 40, 50, so that we can be...
I really had people be like, oh, so I hope you're planning for fabulous 40. I'm like, no, please. Stop.
Why not? But is that something that, like, do you think this is it for this storyline, or do you foresee maybe even pulling out new stories from this project?
I hope not. I think there's a lot more story to tell with the characters, but it's not really up to me. The executive producers of the show, the original writer, director of the show, this is really their baby. So, I hope there's a future for After 30 in some way, and that they continue to, because the fans, people love these characters. They love this show. The kind of comments that I get from people saying, Before 30 guided me through my 20s. Before 30 taught me what friendships should look like in my 20s. I hear all these just touching things that people have to say about the film, about the series, I mean. So,
yes.
Yeah, I definitely don't want it to die. I hope it continues to live a long, long life.
Amen.
And yeah.
Amen. I saw a headline somewhere that said, Nollywood rom-coms do not reflect Nigeria. Now, I personally feel like at least the storyline based off of Before 30 reflected a little bit about my own life, right? How do you feel about that statement?
I understand where it comes from, right? I understand where it comes from, but it also, I think it depends on the ones you're watching. I feel like there's a certain sect of Nigerian content, Nigerian films and series that are really, really real. That even for me as a Nigerian, I learn how other Nigerians live that might not be a reflection of my personal network, you know? So I don't know if it's fair, but I understand where it comes from. Yeah.
No, I agree. Because they're varied perspectives, they're varied experiences, you know.
Because you don't recognize something as your experience does not mean that it's any less authentic.
I agree. Now, did this script reflect the changes that you think maybe the average Nigerian woman would go through? Because now we're in our 30s, right? So picking from our own personal experiences, do you feel like this script and this storyline really reflects that evolution? Transitioning from naive 20s to some, I mean, again, I don't even think we've fully experienced life, but we've experienced enough to,
a little bit.
You know. So do you find that the script does that in a way that is authentic?
I hope so. I can only hope so because a lot of effort and thought was put into making sure that that exact thing happened. I, myself, was 27 when I produced Before 30 Season 1. I'm now well into my 30s, directing the movie nearly 10 years later, actually over 10 years later. So I know the difference between the person that I was at 27 and the person that I am today. I know all the things I've gone through. I know the evolution that I've gone through in my career, in my marriage, in my friendships. So, you know, it would be remiss of me to not put all of that in the film and not show people that these characters have been gone from your screens for 10 years. They're not going to come back the exact same people.
Of course.
Life would have happened to them.
Of course.
Even beyond the things about them that they cannot change, there are external factors that happen to all of us that change our course in life, that change the dynamic of our relationships. And yeah, all of that was fully brought to bear. I mean, after 30 is my heart on a plate. I feel like I've literally ripped out my heart, put it on a tray, and now I'm serving it to the world to just do whatever they like.
Please don't do nonsense with my baby girl's heart too. It's a nice heart.
Be gentle with me. I'm just a soft baby girl, please.
Yes.
I'm not here to be dragged. You know, I love feedback. I love negative or positive. I love feedback, but I don't know that I am ready for these internet streets. Okay, I'm very much a behind the scenes, behind the camera person. So be gentle with me, but also be honest. I love honesty. Just don't be mean, guys.
I can't. Anyway,
people are gonna be mean.
We will absorb. People are always mean.
People are gonna be mean. I just need to get used to it.
Exactly.
Honestly,
Just don't pay attention to it.
Yeah,
don't pay attention to it.
I mean, what?
Excuse me. The ladies who play the four friends. When you decided to do this, what was their reaction to? I mean, did they always know that there would be some elements of continuation, and what were their reactions to coming back on set, working with you again in a different capacity, and then now, like, you know, showcasing the story again after so long? Like,
I think everyone has hoped that this day would come. Right from season 1, the fans are not only asking us, I mean, myself and the executive producers of the film are kind of behind the scenes obscure people. We get asked by our family and friends when is season 2 coming out. We've been getting asked that for literally a decade. But imagine the actors whose faces, they tell me all the time, they go to places, they get accosted, when is season 2 coming out? I loved your character on Before 30. Everyone attached to this production has been getting asked for 10 years, when is season 2 going to come out? In addition to that, we tried to get a season 2. We had a whole script for a whole second season. It just never happened. So I think everyone has held out hope that one day we will get to continue the story. So when it finally happened, I think we were all just really grateful, really happy. thankful that we could finally give the fans what they wanted after nearly a decade. And, you know, it was an adjustment for everyone, me moving from producer to director. It's a very different dynamic with actors. As a producer, you're kind of the, you know, you're the one kind of telling them, oh, this is where you need to be. You're just like the logistics lady that, you know, it's a little bit annoying sometimes. But as the director, you kind of have to have a vulnerability between you. You have to have a connection because you need to communicate with this person and they need to be able to hear you. So, you know, it was, the change in dynamic was definitely something that we all had to learn and adjust to. But overall, you know, they're all professionals. We're all professionals. So we got the job done, and it's not really about, we get the job done, and nothing else matters, really.
I got goosebumps the first time I watched the trailer. And I would like you to share with the world, to today's woman, you know, going through life in Lagos, in Nigeria, in the world really, and tell her what she needs to know about May 9th.
Whew, May 9th. Now, girls, come close. Draw nearer. This one is girls, boys, go away. Girls, this film is made for you. If your group chat, I mean, I'm sure your group chat is popping. But if your group chat is not popping, watch this film. It's going to give you tons of group chat content to dissect for the next 3 months. The group chat is going to be popping. It's the perfect girls' night film. It's a film about friendship. It's a film about love. All the things we like. I try to put as many things that girls like in the film, even though it was a bit gratuitous sometimes. Like, I just knew there had to be some hot abs men for the girls that like abs. See, me, if you ask me, all the men would just be, you know, they will not have abs, because abs are not what I'm looking for in life. But I know there are some of you out there.
You come and tell us later what
that like. There are some of us out there that like abs, so I tried to just put something in there for everybody. I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you, the woman in your 20s, the woman in your 30s, the woman in your 40s, you even in your like late teens, just entering adulthood. I was thinking about all you women. I just wanted to create an experience that you would enjoy. I wanted to create characters that you could see bits of your personality in. I wanted to create storylines that you could relate to either yourself or somebody that you know. I wanted everything to feel familiar, but then I also added an element of fantasy, of things that maybe are not realistic, but that will make us feel good as Black women, you know? So yeah, I just hope you catch all those little gems and all those little, I call them Easter eggs. I hope you guys catch all the little Easter eggs. Now that's the first thing. The second thing is, After 30 stands on its own. You don't have to know the characters from before to enjoy it. But will it enrich your experience? Will you understand it a little bit better? Will you understand the characters a little bit better if you've seen season 1? Absolutely. It's not required, but it will enrich the experience. It's like the cherry on top of a sundae, right? You don't need it. But it's nice to just at the end.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Momo. I genuinely appreciate you.
I love
doing
you.
this. I love you too. This was fantastic. Yeah. Please, what are you wearing first of all?
Oh my gosh, thank you for asking. Okay. So this set is really, really, really special to me. It's from a brand called Silk and Ilk. It's Nigerian owned, Nigerian made by my beautiful, loving, darling, stunning, intelligent, brilliant friend, Abby. Hi, Abby. And she gifted it to me last year. And, you know, I was eating so much.
Salad.
I was eating so much last year, you guys. I was eating everything. I couldn't fit it.
Food is delicious.
You know? So today, when I had an interview and I put it on and the zip just... Ooh. Ladies, you know that feeling? when something has not fit for like 6 months, and then you've been doing the work, and then you put on your dress and the zip just slides up like butter. That was this evening. So I'm just so happy to introduce my friend's brand new brand, Silk and Ilk, and that's what I'm wearing. It's so comfy, but it's so luxurious.
I love it.
I could just throw on some heels and go out.
Of course.
But I'm also comfy on my couch.
Yes.
It's breathable. It's stunning. Shout out Silk and Ilk.
Silk and Ilk.
Yeah.
And excuse me, we're shooting in a beautiful space.
Yeah. Beautiful space that we're in. This is Horizon House. And it is a content house that is owned by my company Blush and State. It's located in Lekki, so if you're looking for a minimalist content space that you can kind of make your own, very neutral tones, yeah, call us.
This is the place.
Come to Horizon House.
This is the place. It's a gorgeous space, and I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for, agreeing to do this, because it's a busy week for you. What are you looking forward to the most?
Friday the 9th, you guys. Let this film drop. Let this film drop. I just want you guys to watch it, for better or for worse. So hate it or love it, I just want you to see it, and I want to hear what you think when you see it. Like, feedback means the world to me. Drop me a comment on Instagram. If you are shy, send me a DM. I really, really, really want to hear what you guys think.
Same. I want to know who you connected with the most as characters. I want to hear, what you have to say about Momo's eye, okay? Her eye is a special eye, okay? I was speaking to my mom earlier, and she was talking about how, the quality was fantastic in 2015. The fashion was, the acting. So what is Mama going to do now? I said, don't worry, just sit down. Sit down.
There's so much that could be done.
10 years?
I know. We had to pull out all the stops.
So we can't wait. We're excited.
Thank you, Maxie.
Good luck. Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited. And I kind of also have to say before we sign out, thank you so much for doing this, for bringing me on your platform. You and your mom, I don't know if you remember, but I met your mom before I met you.
Yes.
Because she generously gave After 30 a full 3-page spread in TW
Before
magazine.
30. Because
Before
After 30,
I always mix them up.
Okay, no, it's coming.
Yeah, so she gave 10 years ago for no money. She didn't really know who I was. My sister called her and said, my sister is coming out with a series. Would you do a feature on her? And she gave us a 3-page spread in her magazine.
So clearly we're doing a special now. We're going to do a special.
Let's go.
Should we not?
So, your family has always been supportive of me. Your mom on Before 30, and now you on After 30, and I had never even met you on Before 30. So this is so much can happen in 10 years.
Like the Gen Z's do.
I don't know how to do that one. How do they do it? No, I've lost me. This is my own, my millennial
My
hat.
sisters will probably cringe, what are you doing?
I don't know, I couldn't even do that. I was like, whoa, what are you doing? What is that?
It's the index finger and the second finger. I know it's kind of weird.
No, I don't, I'm so confused.
To all the Gen Z's out there, love you. To all the millennials, love
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Mwah.